Hello everyone, my name is Sick and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to give you a little update on what's been going on and what the future for this channel will be. Those of you who have followed me may have seen that the last video I uploaded was about 7 months ago, which is a really long time. But even before that, new uploads were rather sporadic, sometimes with a whole month in between videos. And today I want to talk about why that happened and what I want to change going forward. So, to start off, what happened? There are a few reasons. Predominantly, my PC was just getting old. I've had it for nearly a decade, and while it was the second best PC I could buy at the time, it just wasn't holding up anymore. Frame rate drops were common in newer games, to the point recordings ended up becoming choppy, especially for Sniper Elite 5, which frustrated me to no end. I wanted to play it on the channel so badly, and I have various videos online for it, but the quality was just lacking. And that was not the only one. It just could not deliver the quality I wanted to deliver, unless I was playing old games. And while I love the games that did run well, these old games don't really help to grow the channel. But that changed about a month ago, when I bought a new PC, and soon you'll see videos coming online in 2K resolution at 60 frames per second on ultra settings for pretty much all of them for the near future. So that is one problem taken care of, but there was more. Something else that took up a lot of my time was buying my first house, and the consequent move into it. This time spread across months, but it definitely took its toll and kept my mind out of the game. Thankfully, some time has now passed, and while there are still things to do, they won't consume my every weekend anymore. Next to that was YouTube updating its tax laws, which I kinda slept on. I only have a small channel, and on average my videos only earn me about €3 a month, so it's nothing to lose sleep over. So when I was informed I needed to update things, I tried, but it was a lot of overwhelming legalese. And with the buying of a house, my head was already fully occupied with more important things. And while it is not a big earner, and I mostly do this as a hobby, it still annoyed me. I guess it's the completionist in me I need to learn to ignore, because that part of me has killed my enthusiasm for plenty of open world games. But something being broken just discourages me from continuing on with it. And at the same time, I didn't have the mental space to fix it. But as of this week, those tax problems are also fixed. I had to put in tax info for the Netherlands, which is where I live, but also the US and Ireland, through which YouTube sends forth its payments. I even had to buy a new ID card just to show I live here, which was expensive to say the least. And just that, to earn that $3 a month. So, while not really important, it nonetheless was a mental barrier that still dissuaded me from putting in more effort into the channel. Another thing that held me back was an internal pressure to release videos often. And nobody made me do that, and nobody expected it, but I felt the pressure to release videos regularly nonetheless. More videos, more engagement, is what I figured, I guess. But this internal pressure made me play games I wasn't excited to play at the time, or made me feel bad if I didn't spend time recording stuff when I ignored the voice in my head telling me to record something. I also felt bad for not recording videos on games people wanted to see more of. An example of this is the Sniper Elite series, which apparently I play quite differently from most other YouTubers or streamers because I'm a patient man who's willing to sit for a while to sound mask my shots. On top of all of that, for the past 3 years I have been developing several board and war games, but one war game in particular that is in a quite advanced state. And this sort of thing is not easy to create, and it held plenty, if not all of my brain space for a long time. And I can't announce anything yet, since I'm just working on it solo and I have a ton of stuff left to do that I cannot do by myself. So Much like this channel, I've treated it mostly like a hobby, but I do hope to turn it into a product someday, and I am currently neck deep into a rework of the core rules, and I have about 3 other board game projects lined up on top of that, so it's kept me plenty busy. All of these things have led to this point. A mostly inactive channel, which I do wish to continue because it's another thing I honestly really enjoy. But at this point I need to be honest with myself and set up a guideline for myself to keep things sustainable and fun. So, with the problems out of the way, what about those plans to move forward? Well, for one, I want to get rid of that internal pressure to release a lot of videos. So, I'm going to set myself a goal to release a minimum of 1 video a week, but a maximum of 2 videos a week. Something I found to be quite useful for myself is to limit my time with something. I stay productive for longer when I'm hungry to continue, but I don't have a lot of time to do it. This is a rule I can break as I want because there is no downside to breaking it. It just means my productivity went up. But the other side to the strategy is that I stop myself before I get burned out on something, which means I am less likely to finish it at all. By stopping early, I'm frustrating my desire to finish that thing, and that bit of frustration keeps me hungry to continue and put in more work another day. By keeping videos down to a minimum of 1, but without the pressure to do more, I can buy myself some time to properly edit a new video as well, like this one. I could use that time to do an opinion piece, and in fact I've got an opinion piece video on Groundbranch lined up for you tomorrow, so check back on the channel then. By giving myself space to do only 1 video a week, I can also give myself the time to do more editing on videos, which is honestly quite important for long-form games, which I also really enjoy. Some prime examples of that will be Factorio, of which I've got several seasons on the channel, or Dyson Sphere Program, or Anno 1800. These are campaign games that can take upwards of 50 hours to complete properly. But not every second of these games are equally exciting, and I would do well to cut those unimportant bits out. I already started doing that in my latest Factorio season, and it cut down video length significantly while showing more important things every episode. Another strategy I want to try is to record more episodes in close proximity to each other, or to do multiple episodes in one play session. I am a person that gets bored easily and needs fresh experiences a lot, while video games can take a while to be completed. And I don't just cover one game on this channel, because I'm not a person who can pump 1,000 hours into a single game. I need variety, but that variety comes at a cost. I end up spacing out content between different games so much that I either forget about a game or I'm just not excited to continue with it anymore because there has been too much time in between play sessions. Another benefit is that I can use more productive weeks with weeks where I don't feel like doing much at all and still keep content coming out pretty regularly. So my plan is to record several episodes at a time. This does mean that I cannot respond to feedback as quickly in between videos, and you might only see your input reflected after several videos. But this is integral to how I play games, and without this strategy in place, I'm simply more likely to not finish a playthrough of a game at all. So I hope you can bear with me on this. And those are things I can do in the short term, but I also have some longer term plans, for which I need some funds before I can make them happen. One of them is to pad my new man cave with some sound absorbing materials. I do my best, but right now my microphone can still be a little echoey, and I would like to at least put some sound absorbing materials on my ceiling so it helps reduce that effect. But more importantly, I would like to buy a cheap second-hand 4K video camera. On top of video games, I want to cover a few more things on the channel. I already did a few miniature painting videos, but their quality is lacking and I don't feel happy with how they came out. I'm not going to turn the channel into a full-time mini painting channel, of course, but I would like to create some videos at least. A 4K camera would also help me to create some battle report style videos for tabletop games in the future. Predominantly my own, of course. I'm not ready for that yet, but it helps to prepare for the future. In the meantime, in addition to mini painting videos, I could also use it to do some reaction style videos. I also have a few of those on the channel already using a webcam. And the first one I ever did was for Ready or Not, and if I remember correctly, I did 2 more on trailers for Netflix's All Quiet on the Western Front. Spoilers here, it had almost nothing to do with the book it was based on. But hey, at least they put some properly moody battle scenes in there. These future reaction videos I want to make could be on any topic, and they are just an excuse for you guys to send me cool shit I don't already know about, and for me to be able to share a bit more of who I am as a person on this channel. And I'm a person that always craves new experiences and new things to do, so I want to diversify the content I offer here on the channel. And if you want to help the channel, there are 2 options to do so right now. If you don't want to watch ads on YouTube, and who could blame you? I don't like to either. I also have a Ko-fi or Ko-fi account. Ko-fi allows you to do one-off payments of whatever amount you're willing to spend, as well as monthly recurring payments. Any money I get through ad revenue or Ko-fi would go towards buying better equipment to make YouTube content or into tabletop game development. Well, of course you don't have to, I'm just happy you're here watching my content at all. So, that's where things are at right now, and where I want things to go in the future. Do you have any ideas or suggestions, or something you'd like me to play or react to in the future? I'm all ears, and I'd love to see your comments. Comments on my videos really help me to know where people's interests lie, and what videos I should focus on more in the future, so don't be shy, I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I want to thank you for watching this entire video. I hope to see you for whatever video I make next.